I'm Gracie. I'm going to read you Little Bear's Special Friend. One morning, Little Bear woke up from his deep, winter-long sleep. Hooray! It must be spring, he cried excitedly. Stretching and yawning, Little Bear peered out of his cave and blinked in surprise. The woods were white with snow. Icicles hung from the trees. It's still winter, gasped Little Bear. I've woken up too soon. Little Bear burrowed down in his bed again, but he just couldn't sleep. Little Bear's paws crunched deep into the snow as he padded outside. Hello, he shouted. Is anyone awake? But the caves only echoed with deep rumbling snores. His bear friends were still fast asleep. Little Bear flopped down in the snow, feeling terribly lonely. I have no friends to play with until spring comes, he said sadly. I'll be your friend, called a voice. Little Bear turned around in surprise. It was a little snowman. My name's Sparkly, laughed the snowman. Cheer up, Little Bear. Let me show you how much fun winter is. So Little Bear and Sparkly skipped together through the frosty woods and whizzed down slippity-slidey snowdrifts. They broke off icicles to write their names in the snow and caught tickly snowflakes on the tips of their tongues. Winter is fun, Sparkly, Little Bear said. I'd like to wake up early every year. One day, as they played, Little Bear slid into a tree and was showered with snow. Look out, he called. I'm the big bad snow bear, and I'm coming to get you. And, giggling, Little Bear chased Sparkly all through the snowy woods. You're my best friend ever, Little Bear whispered to Sparkly one night. Snowflakes glittered like falling stars in the bright white moonlight. You're my best friend. Forever, Sparkly smiled, and they hugged each other tightly. At last the snow stopped falling. Sparkly showed Little Bear the other animals living in the wood. Little Bear, called Tuft-tailed Squirrel, help me dig up the acorns I burrowed last autumn. Little Bear, Sparkly, shouted Flinty Fox. Let's go skating on the ice. Little Bear had great fun playing with Tuft-tail and Flinty, but Sparkly was his special friend. Little by little days grew warmer. Then, one day, Sparkly told Little Bear, Spring will be here soon, and I must go away. Go away? Cried Little Bear, shocked. Why? Because little bears sleep through the winter, and in the spring, snowmen go away to where the snow never melts, Sparkly said gently. That's how it is. But that means we'll never see each other again, said Little Bear. Best friends always find a way to be together, Sparkly promised. You'll see, Little Bear. Then Sparkly and Little Bear held each other close for a long, long time. There was a new sound in the woods, the drip-drip of melting snow and ice. Little Bear woke up one morning and rushed outside. The sun shone and flowers blossomed everywhere. Hooray! Spring! Shouted Little Bear excitedly as he saw his bear friends had woken up at last. Sparkly, come quickly, it's spring! There was no reply. Sparkly had already gone. Goodbye, Sparkly, Little Bear whispered sadly. I'll miss you. We all will, agreed Tuft-tail and Flinty. Little Bear cheered up as he played with his bear friends, but as spring came and went, he often thought about Sparkly. When the bears climbed trees to get sticky, yummy honey, Little Bear laughed. Sparkly would love this. As they splashed in a cool stream on hot summer days, he said, Sparkly and I ice skated here. And whenever Little Bear met Tuft-tail or Flinty, they remembered the fun times they'd shared. Winter was on the way again. The bears filled their caves with warm leaves ready for their long winter sleep. See you next spring, they yawned. Sleep tight, waved Little Bear. Don't let the bear bugs bite. Soon he was fast asleep too. Little Bear slept and slept until he was stirred by someone gently nudging. Little Bear opened his eyes. Sparkly! I woke you up just a tiny bit early, Little Bear, Sparkly whispered. Best friends always find a way to be together. They do, cried Little Bear happily. And together, Little Bear and Sparkly skipped outside into the whirling, swirling, soft-falling snow. The end. Alright, today I'm going to read you guys who would win. I'm Gracie. Meet the polar bear. Polar bears are considered sea mammals. They spend most of their time in the frozen sea. They prefer to live near the edge of the ice pack. They are the largest of all bears. Meet the grizzly bear. Grizzly bears are mammals that live on land. You can tell grizzlies by the huge hump of their shoulders. This is a muscle they use for digging. Sorry, black bear, you are not in this book because you are not as big as ferocious as grizzlies and polar bears. Forget about it, panda. You are a plant eater and no match for a polar bear or grizzly. Polar bears have snow-white fur. Their color allows them to blend in with their environment: snow, slush, and ice. Grizzly bears come in 4 different colors: dark brown, brown, reddish brown, and blonde. Polar bears are the largest predatory land animals. Polar bears can grow to be 10 feet tall. Here is a kindergartner next to a polar bear. A grizzly bear can stand 8 feet tall. They tower over you. A polar bear paw is larger than this book. This is a grizzly track. A track is a footprint. Their front claws can be 4 inches long. Polar bears are excellent swimmers. They can swim farther than 50 miles at one stretch. Polar bears mostly eat meat from the ocean: walrus, seal, sea lions, and fish. Seals are their favorite food. Grizzly bears are good swimmers, but they prefer standing in a river to catch fish. If a grizzly stands in the right spot, a migrating salmon might jump right into its mouth. Open wide! Polar bears have carnivore teeth, canine teeth in front and huge molars in back. Grizzly bears have teeth that are similar to polar bears. Grizzlies have such good sense of smell that they can detect a dead animal 10 miles away. A polar bear can run 25 miles per hour. That is faster than a human can run. Polar bears can run down some caribou. Grizzly bears look slow, but don't be fooled. Grizzly bears can easily outrun a human. They are fast. Here's a polar bear skeleton. Here's the complete skeleton of a grizzly bear. Polar bears are solitary animals. They rarely fight each other, and mostly they stay away from each other. Grizzly bears are also solitary animals, but groups of grizzlies sometimes fish together during a salmon migration. Male polar bears do not hibernate. They spend all winter looking for food. They might build a snow cave to sleep away at an unusual bad storm. Female polar bears build a maternity den, usually in their snow and ice, to spend the winter and take care of their cubs. This conserves the mom's energy. Just before winter, grizzlies eat as much as they can to fatten up for a long sleep. Grizzly bears have a deep winter sleep, but it is not true hibernation. A grizzly can wake up and suddenly attack you. In the springtime, grizzlies are hungry. Watch out! And here we have some little stories you can read on your own at home with your new Who Would Win book.